Okay, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Sort of like a message to all the people out there who have snakes. Uh, there's so many rules, like just like basic things that it took me forever to learn. It took me I've had this snake I've had for like 5 years, and the other one I had for like 11, but she's 13. Maybe even longer. I sort of lost track. I've kept a journal, and like little things that I thought would be wrong with them, I think, oh my God, he hasn't eaten in 8 months. And it's like, then I started to realize they were on a pattern, and that's why I kept a journal. But I noticed weird things, like you should always keep their cage higher up. They feel threatened when you lean down on them if their cage is on the floor. I had my cage on the floor forever in the beginning, and then I found that out and I moved it up, and oh my God, did they ever get like now they're at waist level, they can't be way high above, otherwise I can't get in. But they like that. They also hate to be woken up in the daytime because they sleep all day and they're up all night, sort of like me. Not really, but snakes are nocturnal. So anytime you see somebody, like show and tell, or having a snake awake in the daytime, it's actually abuse to the snake. You're fucking up with their, or like strippers. Well, actually strippers, they're out at night, and if there's no smoke in the bar, I guess that really, or flashing lights in the snake's eyes. But they're pretty cool. Also, when you hold them, especially when they start getting big, you gotta like hold them with 2 hands and support the middle of their body. Then they always feel, if you hold them up high when they get big, you can hurt their spines, right? So you kind of give them a, I don't know, she's pretty cool. Like if I hold my arm up like this, she'll wrap her tail around, see? Isn't that groovy? Like, she's really awesome, but she takes 2 hands now. I never had her when she was a baby, I got her, both of my snakes when they were about 2 years old, come from party houses. You came from a party house, didn't you? And you didn't like it. My God, when I found her, she was under a cereal box. There was absolutely nothing on the bottom of the cage. Oh, another thing. They love shelters. If you have a shelter, the best are the kind made out of a cardboard box, a clean one. If you go to a stationery store, you can get like boxes that have been packed with paper, right? And then you put them in a hot room and let them sit there for a minute before you put them into their space, right? But they're so easy because then you can just cut, if you have a source where you can get cardboard boxes. Anyway, they love being able to go under their shelter, right? Anyway, that's like a huge thing. I always look at people's cages and I go, where's the shelters? Like I have two for each snake, and they each have their own cage. They've never even met. I think one's a girl and one's a boy. They're not going to either. She knows he's there though. She does. Anyway, so I have all kinds of tips. Right down from, I fed my snakes live mice for, years, and it killed me. It was like the worst thing you could do, like to watch, and the ways that you had to, slow the mouse down. Anyway, now I've got mine both trained. They think that it's alive. The only thing is it's kind of risky because I dangle it by the tail and tease them, and they strike. One day I'll get somebody to film it, but I have to figure out a way, because they shouldn't be eating in the light. And you shouldn't have them on shavings of any kind, because they can always inhale that. Even the tiniest pieces go into their nose and they'll get respiratory problems. So if you have any kind of bark or anything in there, go for the big bark shavings, you know, like the fur nuggets and stuff. You boil them, get them from, oh man, you get organic stuff from the you know, the local, what do you call it, the quality farms type place, you know, where you can get all your soil and everything, and you get this mulch bark, and as long as it doesn't have any cedar in it, nothing can have cedar in it, right? Anyways, I've got so many awesome things to you know, share with the snake lovers. I think it's really important that your snakes are happy, and you know, I have a pretty good track record. And I'm just a snake lover. I can't stand to think of any snakes out there in pain, so, or hungry, you know. I can tell you ways that you can, if you have a deep freeze, you can put 35 mice in there if you have like 2 snakes, you know. I mean, there's a shelf life even in the deep freeze, but you can make the snake think they're alive. It's kind of tricky, but you can do it, and they'll eat it. So you don't take away the natural killing thing for them, but you don't have to watch the mouse die. Anyway, it's very cool. I'll get somebody to film it one day, and you'll see what I mean. I'll actually film the whole process of what I do. That would be a good video. Just click, click, click. Yeah, that'll be my next project. Anyway, that's the introduction, and I needed to talk to those snake people. So any of you who see this or have any questions, or you know, just about ball pythons. I only have 2, but I've got a 13-year record, and I've got a big journal, and you would be surprised of some of the things they like. Right up to wind chimes. Anyway, a bientôt.